Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video, and I'm sure some of you have already noticed this, but Arc came out with another cool, well, really revealing update last night, which is what they're going to start to do before they release their Genesis 2. Yes, Genesis 2 is actually coming out. They have a huge update coming on the 7th of November, which is interesting, but nothing really has changed in the background. They tended to change a couple of these when Genesis 1 came out, but we're going to talk about that update, a really important event, not only to everyone, but to me. And then also a few more Arc updates, including the Fear Evolved event. I suggest Deinonychus and Therazinos, but that's me. And we'll kind of go from there and see what's going on. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this. So if you haven't seen it yet, just go ahead and go to survivethearc.com with their kind of community crunch section, and it'll give you everything you need. Now, boom, right off the bat, they hit you with that good stuff. Now, yes, this right here is their preliminary release to Genesis 2. It tells you your new ride. It gives you a new creature. I don't know what this creature is, mind you, but it's like a little Astrocetus looking thing with a single seat that has some sort of like tech boosty saddle to it. Now, I don't see any launchers. This might be one. I'm not entirely sure. But we're just going to go on the facts. Here's a new dino. It's got a one seat. It's flying in space. So there's some sort of space biome in Genesis 2. Don't know what that'll be. I have something to assume that it'll be with this planet somehow down underneath. Don't know how. But I have a feeling that you'll be going down to this planet and there'll be some sort of access into space. Not sure what or how, because you can see the spaceship just like when you leave the original Arc Genesis. You've got this creature that is reaching its way around. Some people are like, oh, we know who it is. And we don't know who it is yet. And this creature is tearing, like basically scaring you off the spaceship onto this creature, which you're then going to go to this planet in my thought process, and it's going to have some sort of space and planetary biome. Now, you can see this is the new Arc 2 logo, which is super sweet in my opinion. You can see that there's some sort of running scheme. You're running from something, and I'm hoping that that'll have some sort of like horde or boss mode, similar to what they did with Extinction, where you've got that combination of, how do I say this properly? OSDs, Extinction, so just the horde modes, basically. I'm hoping there'll be some sort of like hunting mode where it hunts you down, but I'm not, that's just me. Now, you can see right here, there's your new ride, twin ceramic drives on each wheel. Look at the computer-controlled anti-lock brakes. Wow, 200 horses at 12,000 RPMs. Looks a bit fishy. So that's why I say it reminds me of the Astrocetus. I don't know why it does. It could also be an underground or underwater thing, an underwater map, which would be so cool. But I don't know for sure. That's kind of the first thing. That's a whole bunch of like, if this, blah, 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 blah. There's even a high res link if you really wanted to see it. But I think this is a super cool little preliminary release, which is pretty neat to me. Then obviously we've got TLC 3 coming out on 7th of November at 10 a.m. Pretty cool. They make mammoths worthwhile again. Same thing with stegos. They really give them some buffs that are crazy, both in the damage realm and actual PvP usage realm of things for like how much they can damage and what they can soak and blah, 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 blah. Now, for those of you that have been waiting for it, Crystal Isles Transfers is also coming to official. Now, this is something that's huge. A lot of people play console still. I thought it wasn't too many. And then I actually realized that about half, if not more than half of my watchers actually play console. So you can see that they are officially enabling full transfers on Xbox and PS4 on the 20th of November. That means you're able to download items, and this is kind of called the Onslaught, or whatever you want to call it, Extinction. Basically, every server gets invaded by everything. All of your resources, all of your dinos, unless you've got a cheeky spot, you're in big trouble. That's what it comes down to, which really sucks. So I almost suggest leaving the server, like taking what you have and leaving the server for that like following week, and then coming back, because it's like everyone's gonna come. It's a giant destructive, and everyone's super toxic about it too. Lots of meshing, lots of dangerous crap goes on, and it's just not fun. But that's my personal opinion. Now, here we go. Update on Fear Evolved 4. You can see 22nd of October, so in 5 days, we're going to get access to that again. And it'll go to the 6th, which is pretty sweet. That's about, give or take, we'll just say a little over 3 weeks. I mean, a little over 2 weeks to almost 3 weeks, which is a pretty awesome thing. And you can see that 2x breeding, which is really cool. I love when they do those mutation-based events where they give you extra abilities to raise dinos. 2 times XP, 2 times harvesting, and 2 times taming. Not that this is ever used anymore unless there's a new dino out. No one really tames things anymore, which is hilarious because it's like a game based on taming dinos and everyone just breeds them. Now, harvesting's pretty big time. A lot of the big tribes do their major harvesting events, like where they've got to go get a bunch of metal. They'll do that right now. XP can be pretty useful as well if you're doing some XP grinding, getting some Giganotosaurus as babies. Pretty awesome stuff. Now, let's talk about the one thing that really does matter. The Extra Life charity event. Now, this is an amazing thing. For those of you that don't know what this is, it's a fundraising event where you can donate. I usually do as well. I will make it public this year. But you can donate, and in return, ARK takes that money and donates it to kids. Now, not only that, but ARK gives an incentive from a video game side of things, and they increase the server multipliers based on how much money gets donated. Now, that's an amazing thing for me because it's like, first off, as a teacher, I'm sitting here educating children, and I know things happen to kids. Diseases happen, some awful situations happen, and this money is huge for hospitals that help children and things and all these things, and it's amazing. I love this event. It's a 24-hour live stream, and you can see that right here. We invite everyone from the community to join us. Let's beat the record of last year. Now, it's gotten bigger every year, which is super cool. $112,000. 206.35. And then basically gaming and giving, and it shows people that gaming is not just this. A lot of people are under the impression that gaming is just this toxic, terrible environment, not fun, blah, blah, blah. It's not. People in gaming typically really have each other's backs, and they, for the most part, people are pretty awesome. You can see November 7th at 10 a.m. PST. It's Pacific Standard Time, I believe, which is weird that they're saying it in that and not British Standard Time, but oh well. You can see, that's why. They're coming from their Seattle studio for 24 hours of giveaways, collector's editions boxes, game keys, much more. Streamer, donor, or just want to be along for the ride, we'd love to have you. You can see this donation rates, goals. Now, this is pretty cool. Once they get above 60K, they do 8 times official rates. Now, this is last year's information, so you can see that. So they did 112,000 last year, which was super cool. And it's crazy. I know some people were saying they were raising Giganotosauruses in like a day. You can see that all official networks, these rates incrementally each milestone that is reached. So that's per X amount of thousand that is raised, which is really cool stuff. And that's just, that. You can see the event with your own stream, and donation goals. Basically raise some money for kids, tribes, alliances, and stimberries. That's interesting. Feel free to help the official ARK Discord for 24 hours of adventure. I really encourage you to take part in this, even if it's like $1 or $2. It's giving to a good cause. They're not taking it. They're giving it straight to a charity fund. You can see that the Children's Miracle Network is where it goes. So that's something that's pretty big. I would encourage you to go through that, but that's me. I'll be on that day and I'll kind of talk about it a little bit more when it comes, but this is just like a preliminary, let you know about it kind of situation. You can see these are some of the people that donated. Obviously, we've got the ARK Evo event coming in soon. You can see that this weekend from Friday the 16th to October, 16th of October, at 4 p.m. until the usual 19th, you're going to have the 2X breeding mating and then XP. Now, I want to talk about this fan art real quick. I don't usually spend a lot of time about this, but this is when I looked at the fan art when this was released, there are a couple of really cool things. So this is a little bonus, if you want to call it that. Not for you guys necessarily, but I love it. Fan art, the Giganotosaurus. I believe the Giganotosaurus is technically the fastest creature in the game, and this is technically the second fastest. This one just runs out of stamina in 10 seconds. Dragon, pretty cool. You can see this right here, pretty sweet, the Quetzalcoatlus. This is amazing. I don't know who did this, but you are a champion. That is really well done. But that's me. You can see Tiamat. Tiamat's coming. Now, this is where I'm getting interested. When they start doing sponsoring mods, this might be the next map. Tiamat, it's entirely possible that it's the next map. So this is a pretty unique thing. I think there's going to be a cave here. I don't know. Blood Crystal Wyvern. You can see this UD, really well done. I don't know who did it, but well done again. The Tech Raptor building, I find this one kind of funny. But anyways, that's kind of like a little update for you guys to tell you what's going on. I still think that there's going to be some really cool stuff coming on Ark. A lot of people say Ark is dying. It's not, fun fact. It's got more players than it's ever had before. So make sure you let me know what you think in the comments below. If you haven't subbed and liked already, that would be awesome. It does help out a lot. And other than that, teach out.